Now, breaking tonight, rumour has it that our very own Nigel Farage will be heading down under for the next exciting series of I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here, alongside a host of other stars, including staunch TV Remainer, who I've got to say I've never heard of, but apparently he doesn't like Brexit. The Sun has reported, though it's not officially confirmed yet, that the GBNews star will mix with campmates from the worlds of Albert Square, MasterChef, Made in Chelsea, and even Britney Spears' little sister. Nigel will reportedly join This Morning presenter Josie Gibson, champion jockey Frankie Dettori, and crucially, outspoken French Remainer Fred Sirier in Australia. In 2019, the charismatic star of TV show First Dates was involved in a row over his settled status in the UK after Brexit, and once said he was made to feel like a second-class citizen by the Home Office. In 2017, Fred also slammed Nigel as irrelevant and useless, while in a more recent attack called him a coward who likes the sound of his voice too much. Well, could the king of politics, the king of Brexit, become the king of the jungle? Let's ask Christopher Biggins and Edwina Currie. Biggins, unbelievable story. First of all, do you think people will be tuning in to see Nigel?
Well, I certainly will. I can't wait. I think it's a very good booking. And this morning, though, I was very, very appalled to hear that on a TV morning programme, ITV morning programme, that he was getting £1.5 million for his performance. Much more than I got, and I'm sure much more than Edwina got.
So unfair, so unfair. Edwina, is Nigel taking a political gamble going in the jungle?
Well, I think he's got a very good chance of actually winning it. I mean, Christopher won it, so he knows how that is done. And I didn't. I would think that probably he's getting about £1 million, because I think Frankie Dettori is getting about £500,000. He's very good indeed. He's just as good as Nigel is when it comes to negotiating money. But yeah, I mean, a lot of people are going to tune in and see this with this Frenchman. I gather he pronounces his name Sirius. Which sounds a bit like serious sex or something, you know. They're going to be fun together. They are both attractive men in their own way. In fact, there's one or two others that are really worth seeing. The whole idea, of course, Christopher and I didn't count for this, but the whole idea is to get people to take off most of their clothes in the hot sunshine of Australia so that we, in the rain and the cold and the snow here, can just look at them with adoring eyes and really enjoy a feast for real normal human beings to enjoy. It's going to be fun.
Mylene Klass, Christopher Biggins, is very famous for her outdoor, rather X-rated shower that she took. Do you think that Nigel will try to replicate that iconic scene? Do you think he'll be getting the guns out?
Oh, I do hope not. Oh, I think I could be ill. No, I think that's purely for the Mylene Classes of this world. I mean, you know, and I think Edwina's right. It would be nice to see a few bodies in there. But I think what would be even better is I think there's going to be so many clashes. And I think that's where our man will be, Nigel will be absolutely wonderful. He will speak his mind. He will take it in both hands. And I think I agree with Edwina. He could become the new king of the jungle.
Edwina, is there a danger for ITV bosses that they pay Nigel all this money and then he gets voted off after a week or two?
Oh, no, I think people will vote to keep him in because they'll want to see him do the trials. That's part of the point of it. And they'll vote in large numbers to see him eating something quite disgusting and how he behaved. Now, the problem for Nigel is a different one because he's got a big ego, a very high opinion of himself, naturally. He's done well in so many ways, except when he stands for Parliament. He's never managed to get himself elected, I think 7 tries, something like that. But, of course, he doesn't control the editing. And as Christopher will remember, the story that goes out about you is not necessarily the story that you want to put out when you are actually in the jungle yourself. If he thinks he's going to be able to talk an awful lot about Brexit and put his point of view across, he'll have to get that through the editing suite first. And the odds are that they won't do that. They're much more likely to put it out when he's cross or lost his temper with somebody or said something sharp, in which case he isn't going to look like such a nice guy. And people will vote for him to do the next Bush-Tucker trial as well.
Indeed. I mean, he will be doing Bush-Tucker trials every night, won't he, Biggins?
Oh, without a doubt. And of course, I think the main people who are going to miss out on this, which is very sad, is the Royal Bank Coots. I mean, Coots must be furious they're not going to get that $1.5 million in their hands.
Absolutely. Listen, I mean, I'm fascinated by the political implications of this, Christopher, because I just wonder whether people will get to know Nigel and fall in love with him, and that might make them fall in love with Brexit.
Well, I think they will fall in love with it because, I don't know, Edwina, you're a woman. Could you fall in love with him? I know your husband very well. What do you think?
He's not quite my type. Plus, I think I'm just about old enough to be his mother. So that's probably ruling him out. However, one of the possibilities that's in his mind is that if he wants to lead a serious political party in future, then it would probably have to be the Conservatives. And the real worry would be if he decides that he is so popular as a result of doing well in the jungle that he's going to go for a Conservative seat, become a Tory candidate. And that could really set the cat among the pigeons. I mean, my goodness, the jungle this year could actually change the face of British politics for many years to come.
Let's be honest, Biggins. It's good news for Nigel's accountant. It could be good news for his political career because I think it will humanise Nigel and people will get to know him. And I know the guy, he's an absolute gentleman. But it's pretty good news for GB News as well, don't you think? That our biggest star is going to be the most talked about celebrity in the country for 3 weeks, allegedly at least.
Yes,
well,
I mean, it's going to be...
right.
It's going to be wonderful for GB News. It's wonderful. I'm ashamed to say that, or rather not ashamed, but I feel very sorry that Boris Johnson, one of your new recruits, is not going in. That would be fascinating, the two of them in there.
Yeah, most definitely. And here's one guarantee. If Nigel goes into the jungle, which the Sun are saying he is, Edwina, ratings will go through the roof. I think they might break all records.
Oh, I think that's at least possible. The year that I was in, 2014, we had 11 million people watching regularly night after night, and we kept coming top trending tweet of the night 6 nights in a row when I had a row with an American playgirl airhead. That's the nicest thing I can say about her. She was gorgeous to look at, but she didn't have a brain. And I got into an argument with her, and I think I won that one. However, yeah, we did very, very well then. If Nigel, actually, what makes great TV is not if they get on, not if they are harmonious, and if he's a gent. That's boring. What really makes great TV is if there is a conflict of some kind in which people can take sides, that has everybody arguing. And you'll have us both, Chris and me, on again talking about it. And we will be so excited and we'll be watching it every night or in the morning if, like me, sometimes you have to go to bed because you've got to do the school run. Hey, but, life is like that.
Definitely. Biggins, listen, before we let you go, Biggins, you are the king of the jungle and that can never be taken away from you. Can you just give me a sense of any area in which Nigel will struggle down there in Australia?
Well, I think that... how old is Nigel? Do we know how old he is?
Well, I think Nigel's got to be in his sort of late 50s, early 60s. He's 59.
Yeah,
there you go. He looks about 30.
69.
He's 59.
59. Well, I think he might have a few problems with the physical things. I don't think he'll have any problems at all with eating all those horrendous things. I think he'll step those little penises down beautifully. But I think that it'll be. I can't wait because I think he's funny, he's bright, and he'll bring a whole new wonderful presence to that show, which is needed.
There you go. Well, listen, what a treat to have both of you on. This is The Sun who are calling it. They are saying that Nigel Farage is going into the jungle. We can't confirm that. It is speculation at the moment. But if it happens, he will go and smash it. And I think he can win.